So there's something I've wanted to do for a while, which is take every photo I ever posted to Tumblr and play them all in a row really fast. And I haven't done it before. I'll set it up and do it right now while this is playing. Here we go.
Jake, I think that deep down inside of us, we all wish that we were a movie star. We wish that somehow we could make an exciting movie of our lives, and in a way you've sort of enabled us to do that.
People like taking pictures of themselves. It's easy to take a picture of yourself, but it's pretty hard to make a movie out of yourself. And so Pummel Vision takes all the photos that you've uploaded to the web and puts them into a very fast-paced movie that you are the star of.
You talk about the pace. It is very fast, and there's this sort of energetic music behind it, too. It does even make sort of a mundane life seem exciting, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, regular life is never that fast. And they say that when you die, your life flashes before your eyes. But we can use computers to simulate that. So we can use a fairly simple computer program to put all your photos together at this incredibly fast pace. It's 7.5 photos per second. So it's almost too fast for you to really comprehend, but since you know all the photos so intimately, you recognize every single thing, and it's just, your brain just lights up with all this memory and activity.
So it really does bring this whole notion of your life flashing in front of your eyes to life.
Yeah, and you don't need to almost die to see it.
Thankfully. I've seen a couple examples of what people have done with this. There's one very touching one where a couple brings a life into the world, and we see their C-section at 8 frames per second. Really, it's fascinating.
It'll reflect the photos that you've posted. So if you have a kid, then you'll have a Pummel vision of your kid being born. It's what you choose to capture and what you choose to put online that becomes the contents of your Pummel vision.
And some of it, I mean, some requires some dedication, but the end result is terrific. Like there's one where somebody took a picture of a tree every week for a year, I guess.
You know, when we look at still photos, the element of time disappears. When you look at a photo, you're looking at one moment frozen in time. And photos can actually be used to reconstruct time and to show us a new perspective. You know, you can look at a year going by of a tree. If you looked at any one moment of that tree, it might not be interesting. But when you see the snowfall, you see the leaves come back in the spring, they change color. The cycle just, goes on every year. But to look at one of those years sped up dramatically, it's a new way to see a tree.
What's your hope for this? Where do you go from here?
It's interesting because I made a project. I made the video site Vimeo, and I started that in 2005, and that was started off as an art project. Just like Pummel Vision was. And now, tens of millions of people use Vimeo for all sorts of purposes. And I see Pummel Vision being similar to that. It's something that started with my personal need, and as other people get excited by it and use it, it starts to evolve. And, people associate internet companies with money, but it's not about the money. It's fundamentally about the idea and finding something that you're passionate about. And if you stick with it, then money becomes part of the equation. But, in no way am I doing this to make a ton of money. Money will just be a tool that allows me to do it on a bigger and bigger scale.
Gotcha. Cool stuff. Thanks, Jake. Appreciate it.
And thank you so much.
You bet.